Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the madness.
And it ain't March.
Of my life, and you still don't have a clue. The demons and the devils running through my head right now. Lord Jesus, pray for me. Because I can't take it no more, Bernie.
Let he who is without sin cast the
First
first stone.
stone. There you
That's
go,
how the
right?
saying goes.
I know, that's my favorite one.
They're casting some stones. They're casting some stones at you. You gotta dodge them.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. I can't even tell you how crazy, because I don't want it to impact an impending decision. But it just goes round and round and round and round. And Bernie said, you told me the first time, you were right. The second time he says, now the shakedown comes.
No, it's a shakedown. It's no doubt it's a shakedown.
Yeah, of course.
It's almost similar to what happened at the battleship when you got the last second stuff, when the nonsense that was going on. So.
Yeah, but here we go. But okay. So this is what we gotta do. Eventually somebody will listen to me. Because you always trust your instincts. And what your heart tells you to do. Don't let that wallet blind you or confuse you like it did to me. Welcome to Bad Catz, Sports Cats. I am Hurricane, and a very special day today at Bad Catz, Sports Cats. And the Aruda clan is starting to file in. They're filing in here. We got his buddies, we got his best friends, everyone for the undisputed, undefeated, under 21 sports talk champ in all of Southern New England. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you the now 20-year-olds and U.S. Postman.
That's Postal Service.
Rowdy, Riley, Aruda.
Thank you, appreciate it.
Oh, yeah. Come on, guys, get up there. Oh. Come on, guys. Oh, you guys, come here. So, have everybody come over here.
One more year, you can't say it like that.
What's the postal creed? Not rain, nor sleet,
slow.
You guys know it, not me.
I don't know it.
I made him read it the other day.
I have no idea.
I have no wording to it.
What is the postman's creed, Ezekiel? Can we look that up, please?
Nor rain, nor sleet, nor slow.
Kevin Costa.
I must go on or something
Kevin
like that.
Costa was a badass postman. Anybody know what I'm talking about?
It's the first one right there.
So, Rachel, only the blizzard of 78 will
No, they said, all right, so they said even on blizzards, I asked them, like, I got a small car. What do I got to do? Like, well, come in. And I'm like, all right, I guess I'm coming in. So I got to drive that car and walk. And they say once your car can't go no more, which is like a 1990 freaking go-kart, then come right back. And I'm like, all right, sounds good.
All right, so what do we got there?
It says neither snow nor rain nor gloom or night stays these countries from the evil
couriers.
Swift completion of their Yeah,
neither snow nor rain nor heat nor gloom of night says these couriers from the swift completion of their appointed rounds.
Right,
all mail must go out no matter what. So
that's right.
Be on the lookout.
So, Rowdy Riley in here today, 20th birthday. We got a little party going on, a little PG party. Riley, very fortunate. Your parents were here setting this up, talking to Lisa around the phone today. We went to Mazzilli's, grabbed the food. So it's nice to have people that love you.
Yeah, uplifting my mood because
uplifting mood, yeah.
Yesterday was awful, absolutely awful, and today got even worse. So Javonte Williams torn ACL. That just hit me right in the heart. Fantasy-wise, game-wise, one of my favorite players in the whole NFL. So just come back stronger. And in fantasy, it really screwed me over. But first and more foremost, hope he gets healthy. And then, don't even want to say it, but the Broncos lost to the Raiders. So, yeah, that was awful.
So, Chelsea won.
Yes, and I didn't even get to watch it because I was out walking in the rain delivering mail. So that was Saturday, raining, pouring rain. I'm over here shivering.
That's gonna be a problem for you. So
it was.
DVR
in my headphones, just listening to it while I walk around. Hey, what's up? And
so you started already then?
Well, that was my shadow day, so I had to follow this guy around. He was super awesome, by the way. I don't know if Raphael's listening, but if he is, thank you, Raphael. He was awesome, and he was telling me everything I should do, everything I shouldn't do, who to kiss ass to, who he doesn't like, and telling me everything to do. And I'll tell you guys something off the air that he helped me out with, but it was
in Fall River?
Yeah, it was in Fall River. I got a nice route next to the Portuguese stop. We stopped in at the bars, took a bathroom break, got a cup of water. It was really cool, but it was pouring rain and I was soaked head to toe.
Now let me ask you a question. What does he say? There's a mean ass dog.
So
like
we have
chops,
spray.
waiting for your skinny little ass to walk in.
We have spray. We have spray,
spray.
and well, it's dog spray, not pepper spray.
Okay.
So it's like in a holster. You have to have one. And I asked him if he ever used it. He's been 4 years in. He said one time he had to use it, and all he did was spray it on the floor because he didn't want to hurt the dog. And as soon as the dog smelt it, the dog just ran away. So it's got to like burn their nose or something.
I'll burn the shit out of you.
Yeah. So I just have that.
I was a secondary recipient of it. At a place known to a few of us here. And it is a powerful thing. And then, like in India, I took a hot shower, which opens your pores.
Burns your eyes.
You're supposed to take a cold shower.
Yeah.
That sucks.
And then bang. Oh, it sucks.
Did they give you rain gear for the job? Or do
So
you have to get
I
your
brought my own, actually, Chelsea rain gear. I had the top on, and this girl was like, do you want another top? And I was like, no. And she's like, you sure? I'm like, yeah. And then Raphael was like, dude, you're going to want another top. He's going to go through that fast. She's like, you sure? I was like, you sure? He's like, yeah. So she gave me another one, and thank God I got that other one because went right through it within like an hour, and I was out there for like 6 hours, and I was just like, I could feel it inside my other one. When I had to go put both hoods on, my neck was all wet, and I was like, God damn it.
It'll make it for a long day.
Oh, yeah. It went by fast, but it was
Did you get
cold.
any vacation your first year?
13 days they give you, but 13 vacation days, but they give you 10 paid holidays. So Thanksgiving, Christmas, Juneteenth, July 4th, New Year's Eve, and then like a few other like
Any
President's
federal
Days.
holidays.
Yeah.
Juneteenth, so the post office is woke too, huh?
Yep.
How long
Take it
is
any way you get it.
how long is the probation period?
90 days.
That ain't
So
bad. That
90
ain't
days, and then after Raphael told me after I get through the 90 days, they can't fire me for pretty much almost anything.
So you are going to join a union?
Yeah, I'll definitely.
Don't
yeah,
be foolish. You want union protection because you leave yourself open. They can do whatever they want if you don't have it. So
Okay. Well, how many Yankees are going to protect Aaron Judd when he goes to Texas? Because
You ain't getting it.
this would be a huge letdown. A huge letdown.
there won't be no
Riley's mom,
It's upside down.
upside down
upside down.
It's fine.
Huge letdown
if he doesn't get
if
it.
he doesn't get it.
Well, here's the thing. He should have a little advantage here. Texas is not playing for anything. They're eliminated.
Sure.
They should pitch to him. There's no reason for them not to. So he should not like some of the pitching in Toronto where
What do you mean by pitch to him?
yeah, that's
Any pitcher
then
any pitcher
Go right
that
after him.
serves something up,
Yeah, that's bullshit.
they don't
It's a
have
sucker.
They don't
That's
have
bullshit.
to.
Any
They don't have to
pitcher that
nibble at
pitches
the
a-
yeah, but they don't have to nibble at the corners with
no,
him. They
they
can go
don't.
right after him.
All right, let me finish. That's what I was going to say. Any pitcher who wants to pitch around him is a sucker too.
Yeah, I agree.
All right, play the game like it's the first game of the season.
Beat 'em
how
up.
you would. Your best versus his best.
Yeah.
Man up.
Yeah.
And do it the way it's supposed to be. That's what sports is about, right, fellas?
Yeah.
Right, head up, man on man. Say it's me and you. Let's
Completely
go.
agree.
It's gonna be.
What?
Completely agree. I don't think they should.
You're a sucker if you don't want to pitch to him.
No, I don't think you'll
Don't
see
give
that.
him the
I don't think you'll
record.
see that.
Don't give him the record. Let him earn it. Like
But-
Strahan.
but yeah.
Like Favre gave Strahan the record. He just ran out there. He's like, oh,
Yeah, that's a sucker
come
move.
sack me.
That's a
Like,
sucker
don't
move.
do that. Like, sure, he's gonna be the most ever in the AL, but let him actually
maybe
do it.
Favre paid him some of that cash and he was going to come
Probably
into.
he probably did. But I don't want those
Michael
pitchers to do
Strahan
that.
don't need the cash, Jack. He's making more money than mine.
Well, if Judge don't get this record, it's going to be a sin because
He was so far. Yeah.
He should have broke this 2 weeks ago.
Exactly.
He's gone into such a
The
slump.
pressure's hitting him. The pressure's hitting him hard, and they say it's hard to hit home runs when you're actually trying. So, I mean,
right.
it's proven it right now. How many games left? 3?
I think Riley's right, and I said it last week. I said I think the
see
pressure
how many
gets him.
games.
Who would the pressure get to Birdie?
None. Babe Ruth, maybe.
Well,
None.
he's kind of lucky that this record with Bonds and them other guys are already ahead of him. Because
Yeah,
if
way too
not,
obtainable.
it'd be even worse. The
Yeah,
pressure he'd be
yeah,
under
you're
right
right.
now if that
And he could
record
have.
was.
He could have caught them if he didn't get into this massive slump. Like if he was how he was 2 months ago.
Yeah.
He could have. I'm not saying he would have, but he could have possibly
Is he
caught up
favored
to the
to break the
all-time of all
record in the
time.
next 4 games or no?
Is it? I think.
What does the
I think
index
it's
say?
I think it's 3 games left.
All right. Is he predicted
I don't
to get
know
it?
what the odds are, Mike.
Does anybody
based on
know
the
if
pitching staff?
Oh, it's does anybody know? Where's Eugene? is
He's a Yankee
Judge
fan.
predicted to break the record in the next 3 games? Or are they saying there's
Oh,
4
he's got
games
4
left?
games left? Okay, I thought it was 3.
What are the mathematicians saying about it?
Should be able to, but I think because the pressure.
Might not be. But what's the mathematic probability? Because I
One
know,
home run in 3. It's 3. He's got 3 games left.
I
It's
thought it
today,
was 3.
Tuesday,
Unless there's
Wednesday.
Doubleheader?
Oh,
So they
doubleheader?
get a makeup game then. Yeah. it
What
might be
day is doubleheader?
It's within the next 3 games because the season
Oh,
ends
okay,
Wednesday. Yeah.
so Monday, Tuesday 2, Wednesday 1. So he's got 4 games, 1 home run. That's it.
Well, with the doubleheader now, 4 games. I think.
That's-
Yeah, it's.
I mean,
so look at
I-
16
def-
at-bats, right?
Yeah.
Now, how many
yeah,
at-bats does he have per
per game
home run now? Yeah.
Oh, per home run. Let me see that.
Because let's say he gets 16 bats left, right?
Yeah.
Who was my very capable assistant over there? What's your name, my man? Cam. What's up, Cam? You rocking the NBA jersey? What's that? Stockton, all right.
Oh, wow.
What do you know
Old
about?
school.
Let me tell you something.
Old school.
I'm going to give you a trivia contest about John
Oh,
Stockton,
here we
right?
go. Here we go.
If you get it right, you're going to leave with the T-shirt for the Battleship. All right? For Battleship. Did you go to the fights on the Battleship?
No, they weren't. No, they didn't get to go. I don't know if I can see the stats per at bat.
Get him over there, Ezekiel. Come this way.
Come on.
I'm going to ask him.
He's coming under the bright lights. You're putting the pressure on him now under the bright lights.
Over.
Go right over there. Go right over there. Right where Ezekiel is. No, go behind me. Go behind me. We'll get you on camera.
Okay. So he has 559 at bats, 61 home runs. So let me do quick math real quick. 559 divided by 61.
55. That's 1 in every 8. Not 1 in every 9.
1 in every 10. So one. So every 10 at bats, he gets 1 home run. So
mathematically, he should make it if he's got 16
yeah,
at bats.
yeah, he should make it with 16 at bats. He's on the pace to do it, and exactly what it is. It's giving him 6 more extra. I wouldn't even say he could even hit 3 or 2. Like he's probably on pace to hit 2, but I would say he definitely should.
He'll get 16 at bats because they bat him first or second in the order. So,
yeah.
So, quick question for you: are you a Jazz fan? No. Okay. All right. No.
Oh, so you're not.
I was
I
gonna
sucked it.
ask you.
Okay.
He is a Yankees fan now.
All right.
Okay. No, but I was going to ask you, how do you become a Jazz fan if you were around here? But you're not, so.
I do like that jersey. I think that jersey is one of the better jerseys
One of the better.
in the NBA.
One of the better Jazz jerseys.
and one of the better NBA
Yeah.
jerseys of all
Yeah.
time. That
Jazz,
one,
Jazz
the
is
Grizzlies.
easily the best jersey.
Yeah,
All right.
Grizzlies.
All right. Here we go. Are we ready for this?
Yep.
The trivia.
Stockton played for one coach in Utah. His name was.
Da, 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 da.
Don't be helping him out there. Don't be helping him out there. You got it?
You're going to give him the...
Yeah, you, you can pass it to a friend.
The only one that would know would be Logan. He'd be the only. He doesn't know.
We're going to give you the initials. We're going to give you one
I'm going
last...
to give you a clue. You got a nose like
one
this.
last chance.
Give him initials.
We'll give you the FL.
FL.
Two coaches then.
Two coaches, you're right.
Coaches, yeah.
Oh, okay. See, that's why you gotta
They
yell at me when I don't.
Nah,
do
they're not
shit.
gonna know.
Oh, there were two
Frank
coaches.
Layden and Jerry Sloan.
Jerry
I
Sloan.
thought it was Layden. I didn't realize. I forgot about Sloan.
All right. What college did John Stockton go that has been popular over the last 10 years?
Popular college.
Popular college. You know the answer to
Do you know, Logan?
They were in the. They played
this?
for the.
Gonzaga. Who said Gonzaga?
Played for the
There you go,
championship.
Eugene.
Yeah.
Eugene got it. There
He
you go.
builds you up.
He's a layup.
You're going to say, dude?
It's a layup. There you go. He
All
gave you
right,
an
so
alley-oop.
hold on. Tell me 3 players that Stockton played with.
You got one. You shouldn't.
Hold on.
You should
This
get one.
is for the T-shirt, so.
Hey, this.
T-shirt.
Go ahead.
The USA team could count. I'm just saying.
No.
No?
Playing this game last night.
I don't know if I can name 3.
I can't. Very easy. You got what Riley is today.
You play with John Malone?
Carl Malone.
Carl Malone, that's
Whose
the one.
nickname was the Mailman.
The mailman.
All right.
Okay. Who else?
Played with Jeff
Hornacek. I was going to say Hornacek, and then the guy that hit the shot, Jordan.
Byron Russell.
Yeah,
There you
that's
go.
all I can remember.
Mark Eaton. And this, go on and on and
But
on.
he gets a pass because he said he was not a Jazz fan. So.
Okay, so we'll give me a T-shirt anyway.
Yeah. T-shirt anyway.
Yes.
There you go. You're welcome.
It's a pleasure to be on this.
That's funny. That's funny.
Let me bring Riley to say
Uh-oh.
sing happy birthday.
We're going to sing happy birthday to Riley now?
On stream. On the live.
Nephew.
Oh, yeah. How you doing?
All done?
All done?
Birthday to you, Riley.
All done.
You're Riley, Riley kiss.
Happy birthday to you. Come on, Eugene. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Riley. Happy birthday to
You're on TV.
you.
You're on TV. Look. Aiden, yay. See Riley loves.
Okay, guys, now that we got an interactive audience, I like it. Come to me.
Live audience.
You're just singing it.
How many people think Aaron Judge will break the record? Right, show of hands.
Singing it.
Show of
One.
hands.
Okay, all done.
Two,
I say
three,
no.
four, five.
Wow.
5 people.
So
What do you
tough.
say?
No.
Yes, I don't know.
I'm going
He's
down.
gonna- he's
Anybody
gonna
going
break
down
it.
with me out there?
No.
Yeah, I am.
3 up.
I think
2
the
down.
pressure's just too much right now. He completely. If you asked me 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago, easy, yes. But it's just the complete 180 U-turn that he's done is just like, I don't understand. I mean, I do understand, but I don't. When he's that hot, like somebody who's supposed to be that good should have been able to get there.
That's why
Can
baseball.
anybody want to play Name That Tune? You guys want to play Name That Tune?
Oh, you wanna
Dun,
get-
dun, 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 dun. Under pressure. Dun, 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 dun.
Pushing down on me.
That's right. Okay, Judges like this.
I want nothing more for him to choke. I'm sorry.
You want to talk about chokes? You ought to go down to Queens this past weekend. What happened with them?
The Mets.
The Mets. Oh my
Oh,
God!
man.
People,
My pick to win the World Series,
They're
not looking
jumping
too
off
good.
the bridge down there. On
You guys
Twitter.
still get that futures bet?
No, I never bet the Mets.
Thank God I
didn't
didn't.
play them. No.
I still think there's a chance. It's
I
just
thought you
they're
guys
getting
had
they're
them
getting
No,
they're getting cold
I
at the
only
wrong
bet
time.
The Indians was the only future.
They're getting cold at the wrong time for the Mets.
World Cup contender.
Oh man.
Right? You guys ready for the World Cup? We got some soccer players out there, right?
Nope. Mike is the only one, my friend Mike, but he doesn't follow soccer. He only plays with me. He doesn't do anything.
Right
there
there,
we
he's
go.
a soccer player. Just walked in there. You got
World
that's
Cup
right.
contender. I have no idea.
So World Cup is how many days away, Riley? It's your job to keep the countdown.
5 weeks, right?
Yep, around there. So let me get the exact day. So we're on
5 or
October
6
3rd.
weeks,
We're
6
looking
weeks.
at the 22nd. So pretty much almost a month and 2 weeks. So yeah, about 6 weeks away. And it'd be Qatar opening
48
up.
days.
48 days. There you go. I was pretty much on money right there. Yeah. So I mean, you're looking at Qatar opening game. No one really cares about that. They fucking suck. They'll probably lose every single one of their games. I would bet that they're gonna lose all 3 of their group stage games, which hopefully they do. I hope they lose every game 12-0 because should never be over there. But the real things happen on Thanksgiving and the day after Thanksgiving because Portugal plays on Thanksgiving, which most people around here is gonna care about. And then the day after is the big game for me. USA plays England, which is on the opening
We're gonna
game.
have to give you- Who are you rooting for?
USA is not even close.
Really?
USA not even close. to me.
Wow.
I mean, I was.
Wow, you hearing this?
I'm
Is
not for
anybody out there hearing
nothing.
this?
Not for nothing. If you were born in the USA, I don't care where your parents are from or anything. If you were born in the USA, in my opinion, you have to root for the USA. Like that's your country. Your
When
your
they
natives.
played, I was split.
No,
I was
your
kind of-
your
I was
natives.
from Portugal, kind of.
Your natives are from there, yes, and I understand that. But you are born in USA, and the US, like, and my cousin's a Marine. My best friend in the whole world is a Marine. Like, they fight for our freedom. So, like, you got in
What does
my
that have to do with soccer? Man?
because in my opinion, these guys are.
It's not World War II.
But you're not living in Portugal. Most of these people who root for Portugal have never even
Look-
been over there.
look-
That's just I don't understand it. In my point, I don't understand it. But whatever,
a
do what you want
bandwagon.
to do. Exactly.
USA
like a
is
bandwagon.
A little
playing
bit. I understand it.
You said they're playing England. Is that a friendly or is that?
No, it's
is
World
that-
Cup. The day after.
that's-
But you
World
root
Cup.
for Portugal #2, right?
USA or nothing.
So that's group.
Honestly, you want to hear it? It's a little selfish. I root for Argentina too, just
Because
because
of Messi.
I love Messi. I don't care who wins if it's not USA. I mean, I don't. If
You know that the way the brackets is set up, if Argentina
Yeah.
wins and Portugal wins, it sets up for Messi
Ronaldo final,
and Ronaldo in the final.
that's a little bit of what do you call that word?
Yeah, stretch.
Yeah, it's not going to happen, but it's a little bit. I think FIFA did their thing. I do
Yeah.
like Argentina's odds this year because they haven't lost. They're 2 games away from not losing. So if they tie minimum both group stage games, first 2, they'll have the longest streak in history without a loss. They haven't lost since 2019, which is unbelievable. So they're going into the World Cup like scorching hot. Like they're unbelievably hot. It's ridiculous. They haven't lost in so long. Now, I'm not saying they're going to win the World Cup, but they're one of the favorites, and I think they're going to be one of the better teams in there. Them, Brazil, Germany, Portugal has a good squad, but I just want to see them put it together. England, Belgium. It's gonna be real close this year.
I'm just looking to see how they how the accommodations work out. Do they get everything fixed? Is the heat going to overwhelm people? The location of the event. They've never had it in that part of the world before. There's a lot of dynamics.
I think it could be, honestly, it could be, and I hope it's not, it could be the worst World Cup of all time.
But here's the deal, though. I think about
Qatar up there, because I have no idea where it is.
Let me tell you something about that, because I know a lot about it, because I studied it. It is the playground for the rich and famous in Europe now.
Okay.
That's where they're going.
Can you
the
get
Europeans.
It up?
Yeah,
I
he's
don't even
looking
know
it up.
where it is. I've
What?
never Qatar. I couldn't
It's
even
in the
tell
Middle
you where
East.
it is. Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's in the Middle East. It's one of the wealthiest community countries in the world. It is.
On the map there.
They have less stringent laws against
It's almost like near Turkey.
it's
right?
party time is what it is.
But it's stupid
That's where the
hot.
rich and famous go to party.
It's gonna be. That's why they had to move it out of the summertime because it's so hot. But the thing that I think I'm worried about the most is that since it's not in the summer, they're playing these ridiculous. Like Chelsea has to play like almost 13 games in October, which is unreal amount of games on their legs. And then November hits, they're still going to be playing, take a week and a half break, jump right into the World Cup.
Yeah.
I really think there's going to be a good amount of injuries. I hope I'm wrong. I really do hope I'm wrong because I don't want to see anybody injured, no matter how much I like them or not. I think there's going to be a lot of injuries, and that could really affect the eyes in the World Cup because you're like one injury away on most of these teams, like Egypt. I hope it doesn't happen. Egypt, Poland, they have two of the best players in the world in Salah and Lewandowski.
Yeah.
Both those guys go down. Hopefully they don't, knock on wood. They go down. Nobody's going to watch any of their games anymore except Egyptians and Polish. But like if they're there, you might get some Barcelona fans to watch Poland play because of Lewandowski. So I just really don't like that it's in the middle of the season because of how many injuries that could happen.
The World Cup audience supersedes.
No, I agree, but I'm just saying, like, if these stars do go down, it could go down as one of the worst World Cups because of how many injuries occur, and then you're like, oh, well, Spain got to the final, but they played an injury-riddled England, then they played, they played this team, so that's what I'm saying. Like, sure, yes, teams can supersede this.
How about surprises?
Ooh, surprise!
I mean,
I do like
look
Sweden.
out for Senegal.
Senegal's a really good shout. I don't know who's in the group. If you could pull up the World Cup groups, Ezekiel, that'd be really nice. But I do like Sweden a lot. Sweden is always a tough team to play. They had a really good run in the World Cup, a decent run in the last Euros, and they got a decent team. South Korea, they're in Portugal's group. The thing is that it's gonna be so hard to get out of the group. You pretty much guarantee that Portugal gets out of that group. So, by the way, my bad. Sweden is not in the World Cup. I was thinking they lost to Switzerland, I believe, in the thing. But South Korea's in Portugal. Yeah, see, Group H to me, Portugal, Ghana, Uruguay, and Korea, ridiculously hard. Like that is unbelievably hard. All three teams outside of Portugal could all make it through, and that's where I would worry as a Portuguese fan is that
They get the group of death.
I wouldn't say group of death, but it's up there for sure because to me the group of death is
Well, that's what they call it tonight when I was watching the special.
Group F: Belgium, Canada, Morocco, and Croatia. I honestly believe that any of those two, and you could pick any two, and I'd be like, yeah, I understand why they're going through. I think any two teams can go through in Group F. The difference I have in Group H is that I think Portugal is guaranteed
So
locked
what
in.
time will the games be on in the U.S.?
That's a good question. I have to look that up. I'm guessing around 2:00-ish, and then I'd say 2, 6, and 8, but I'm gonna have to look that up.
What, afternoon games?
Yeah, I believe, but I'm gonna have to look that up. That's a really good question.
We'll get on that too. Bertie, how'd you make out gambling? How we make out gambling this week? Any big? I won money. College. Won a little bit on the NFL, but made money on college. Like I'm starting to think that the NFL is impossible to bet.
I told you that a couple of weeks ago.
I had Green Bay, and shame on me, okay? Because I never bet against the hometown team.
Yeah.
And I know that I'm rooting for Tampa first and the Pats second, but shame on me.
Oh.
Because I'm watching the game and I'm kind of giggling to myself about this Pats team that's fucking hanging around.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Hung around.
On the road.
They did more than hang around. They had a chance to win that game, but it's my gambling was pretty much even for the week. I broke out
how about
even.
that for me too? What'd you have?
I had Buffalo made a nice comeback for me.
Did you have?
I was ahead, but then I dumped it all on Tampa.
Did you push
last
or
night.
did you?
I won money on Buffalo because I took them when they got behind, but I ended up I ended up breaking even
because the
for
spread was 3 and they
took
finished at 3.
Yeah, I took the money line when they got behind, so I let it ride.
They got behind real early, and I saw the line move to like plus 1.5 or something like that.
They were up when they got down
17?
They were 5-1 if you took the money.
Wow,
I didn't get
crazy.
it.
But you know something with
I didn't get it at that,
with the
though.
live bet. I look at the live bet on my friends who are betting like at different places, and in Rhode Island Sportsbook, it's twice as expensive. The live bet.
If you're betting just the point spread, you're laying
Yeah.
115. But if the money line will fluctuate pretty similar to what you're getting at DraftKings or with
Really?
FanDuel.
Because that's not what I saw.
Well, they
the
were
other day.
5-1 from what I heard yesterday. I don't know what it was. with the
Rhode
other
Island
places.
just fucks you though. The sportsbook Rhode Island, they have terrible odds and shit.
Yep. And
So, it's just not it.
It's gotten worse with the player prop bets now. Instead of laying 110, 115, they 117, 119. So it is what it is. I kind of broke even for the week, Mike. And I got murdered on fantasy though. Didn't do well at all this week.
It happens. Fantasy's rough.
Yep.
Fantasy's real rough.
Well, the Boston Celtics look good on the court,
They did.
Hell yeah.
right?
They did.
Look good on the court. But I told you guys it was a circus coming with M.A. Udoka. Okay? I told you it's a circus coming, and now they got 2 girls, right?
Details.
Do they?
Oh, yeah, 2 girls now. Now, how many do I have? And I think there's another one coming.
I'm gonna look it up.
Now, listen. Now, there's 2. They got the... They both scrubbed their Facebook profiles, and this has been leaked. And Matt Bonds was talking about it. There's a bunch of people talking about it.
Well, the
There is
Celtics did a good job in keeping this tight-lipped because they knew this about.
But I
this
told you that in the car, though,
3
Bernie.
months ago. The Celtics hierarchy knew about this.
Yeah.
So this only just came out, within the last couple of weeks.
And
so.
they said that he used crude language in dialogue with. Cut out. Hold on. He used crude language.
I told Bernie that in the meetings he was acting like an ignorant dude.
Yeah, that's what it seems like.
You know what I mean? And I told you that on the ride, right?
I do remember you saying something along those lines. Yeah.
Well, I used a different. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, it said he used crude language in dialogue with female subordinate prior to start of improper relationship. So I guess, I don't know, he could have, I don't know what crude language means. I know what it means, but I don't know what he said. But it's looking worse and worse. So what I said before about saying that I didn't think that it was that serious because of what they were saying now, it's just they switched the situation. I wish that they would come out with everything right away instead of holding it in.
It's always better when you do that.
If you come out with everything
the
right away.
cover up is always twice with the crime. Look, ask Richard Nixon, Watergate. Ask Alvin. The cover up is always worse. Put it all out there, man.
You hurt everyone
big
else
boys.
too. You hurt everyone else too.
We're big boys. We can handle it.
Sucks.
But they look good, my man Missoula. Now, do we have my tape of my boy Missoula out there?
I can see.
Yeah, well, I believe it's up. I'm telling you guys.
Rhode Island guy, right?
Absolutely.
So staying on the basketball real quick, but taking a little diversion. Did you see the Suns? They lost to the 36ers.
Yeah, that was
The
nuts.
36ers. It was like, what is that?
Is that semi-protein?
Yeah.
It's a MBL. MBL, yeah.
Okay.
They lost to the 36ers. I
Or
know
NBL.
I know it's preseason, but losing to the 36ers is like, it's a bit rough. I mean,
All the starters played 22 minutes each too. Like they all had minutes, so it wasn't like the bench is playing. It was like the starters playing too. So
22
that was-
minutes.
happens.
Yeah,
but 22 minutes against an NBL team, I expect Devin Booker to put up what? I mean, at least 20.
Yeah, if Devin Booker's out there.
He's played 22 minutes.
I know.
CP3, 22 minutes, 8 and 22 minutes. So to play those minutes and you still lose to the 36ers, I mean, it's just.
I remember Appalachian State beating Michigan. I mean, it happens. It happens.
Yeah,
but
preseason.
You got to bring it. No, that was real season. Opener of the big house. App State beat them. They were number 1 in the
No,
country.
I'm saying 36ers was a preseason game. So I think that one's more crazy just because it was an actual game where the 36ers is like playing for their lives and the Suns are just like fucking around. But you still don't want to lose to the 36ers. Like, it's a terrible look.
And DeAndre Ayton's gone, I believe, right?
No, he's
he's
there,
still there.
but he hates it. Like they asked him, they said, "Oh, what'd you think about?" The reporter asked him, "What'd you think about the Suns maxing your Pacers contract?" He's like, "Oh, it was great." He's like, "That's all." He's like, "Yeah, that's all." And then I was like, "Okay, sure. You do not want to be here." So I'm completely off of the Suns. I don't care who they bring in. I just think Ayton being there is gonna hurt them so bad.
So here we go on here. So when does the NBA regular season start?
18th. Or that's the Celtics' first game against the Sixers.
October 8th.
Really?
Yeah.
So what is the hockey must be starting this week or next week?
Hey, we haven't heard a
They
fucking
usually
peep
start
about the
early.
Bruins, man. When is the last time we've talked about the Bruins?
No, we haven't.
On the show.
They're not in a great spot right
The
now.
only thing I heard was about Krejci possibly maybe coming back. That was it. I haven't heard anything. You're right.
I mean, we're not even talking about them.
I mean, they made no moves and nothing. So I mean, we'll see.
When you're in Boston, you are in a race for that back page in that Boston Herald, right? In that front page of that Boston Globe Sports.
It depends how the ownership views it. Some of them are there, like the Jacobs brothers, were just to make money for years. So I mean, I don't know what the mindset is now, but I hope they're not going back to that route.
Yeah.
Your
Well,
Bruins
with
fan.
Moneyball coming to Boston and nobody cared about the Bruins, maybe it's going to be a mediocre city.
They
It's
got
looking like it. Outside of the Celtics, it's
Instead
looking
of
like
Boston strong, say Boston.
Well, this
Not
is-
so strong,
I
no
saw-
more.
I saw
Boston
some-
mediocre.
No, that's
Yeah,
funny
yeah.
you mentioned that because it's the first time since 1992 that the Red Sox and the Patriots have been in last place on this date.
That's crazy.
Since 1992.
That's crazy.
So it's been a good run. People can't complain around here.
No. I'm sorry. I'm not complaining.
Ask New York Met fans how they're feeling this weekend.
Well, fuck them. They hurt me.
And I like the Mets.
They
too.
ripped my heart out of my chest. Baseball playoffs, Bernie.
Yes, we got pretty much finalized everything.
Let me know how it's going down.
It starts. Here's the quick rundown. Starts this Friday. The opening round. There'll be buys. The Yankees will be on a bye. Houston's on a bye. Dodgers are on a bye. But the other four teams are going to be matched up against each other. The Mets looks like they're out of the division.
That's
The Mets look like the division shot. Right now, it's the American League's finalized. Everybody's in there. Cleveland, Tampa, Toronto, and Seattle. Looks like that's what the matchup's going to be. National League, there's one spot left, but Philadelphia Phillies are pretty much locked it up. They need to win one more game out of the three that's left over. So the Mets are going to be in a tough spot because they're going to have to play the first round series against the Padres, it looks like, which is not going to be easy, but I think they can get
Tatis
by
is
that.
done still, right?
Yeah,
What's his name? He's still suspended?
Tatis is done.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
no,
done for the
Tatis
year.
is done. He won't be around. So the problem the Mets are going to have is if they do get by the Padres, then I believe from what I saw, you're going to have to play the Dodgers. So that's what happens when you screw around and lose a division. So.
Yeah, so I don't mind. I don't know. I think it's kind of good for them. It sucks, but it gets you in the rhythm playing more games. I'm not a huge fan of the Padres team outside of with no Tatis. I think they can still win that, but the pitchers always getting hurt is what worries me because Scherzer and DeGrom didn't play much this year. They came back later on in the year, so
Yep.
that is a worry just because they're not super warmed up come towards October time.
Well, DeGrom's been getting whacked around
Yeah,
pretty good the last
he hasn't
week
been
or
DeGrom
two
of last year.
now.
Because so one thing, I loved him, and I thought he was the best pitcher in the league, but as soon as that story came out, I felt that he said he wasn't going to re-sign with them. It just hasn't been the same. So, I feel like maybe his mind's somewhere else, which is huge. And that's why I picked them to win the whole thing, because I thought they had the best 1-2 punch in the MLB, but now looking at it, it doesn't look like it at all. I mean, DeGrom looks like a shell of himself.
No.
But if he does come alive come October, they could be dangerous. It is going to be a rough
They're
run.
going to be at a big disadvantage because psychologically, you led the division the whole season, and now you lose right at the end, right at the finish line. You get passed up like that. That's going to be a tough pill to swallow. And not to mention that now you got to use those pitches in that first round while these other teams are rested.
Yeah,
and then you
exactly.
get
That's
into a
huge.
next series with a rested team.
So they get the Dodgers second round?
If they get past the Padres, they'll get the Dodgers in the second
So
round.
the first round is it a one game?
So no. Here's what's going to happen. They revamped it this year. The Mets, if they end up in the wild card, which it looks like, you're going to be playing 3 games at your stadium.
Okay.
All three.
All three?
All 3 are at your stadium. So whoever wins the 2 games. So that's why it's a disadvantage to finish near the bottom because these teams have to.
So the Padres are going to the Mets for all 3 games.
All 3 games. Toronto.
That's huge, though.
Yeah,
That's huge.
Toronto looks like they're going to be playing against Seattle. If Toronto finishes, they'll be playing all 3 games in Toronto.
That's a good story for them.
And
first time in 21
team,
years.
the Indians or the Guardians, obviously you won the division,
Yep.
so you're playing all 3 games at home. Looks like possibly Tampa they're going to be getting. So
Tampa's good. I like Tampa. I like every team out of
some
the
interesting
our division.
matchups. Yep, and as with any tournament or playoff scenario, some team will get hot and come out of nowhere.
So what are we doing with the Guardians?
The Guardians, we got to wait till the odds come out. It looks right now like they're going to be playing
gonna check.
Tampa. the Rays.
Let me see if the odds
That's
are
not set in stone yet, but we'll find out because the season ends Wednesday. There's only 3 days left.
Yeah.
Unless Tampa wins their last 3 games and it juggles it around. It's going to be Tampa or Seattle for the Guardians right now. So they didn't fare well against Seattle in the regular season. They were 1-6 against them.
They're 28-1 to win the World Series.
But just to win the American League or just to win the series.
No, to win the World Series.
When the odds come out,
what's the American League though? What's the
American League, it
they were
is
like
11-1.
12-1.
Yeah, 11-1.
No, they're taking them serious now. They're dropping 40-1 to 12-1. But the advantage is if you're the team with the better record, you get all 3 games to play in your stadium. The team, it's like a team traveling, and they have to win 2 out of 3 to advance.
Sure.
So that's what we're looking at for the baseball. Starts Friday, and it's going to be crazy weekend because now you're going to have baseball playoffs going all weekend, college football Saturday,
NBA preseason, if you want to
NFL
throw that in.
Sunday. It is going to be rocking.
Perfect.
Buckle up, buckle your seatbelt.
I think the prime is going to be like Ezekiel said, October 18th around there, because then you'll get actual NBA games.
With all the players starting and all that stuff.
Yeah, actually NBA games,
So
MLB.
the Bruins must be
postseason.
starting this week then.
No, I think they're November 3rd.
I can check.
Well, they must have pushed it back then because they
They're
always
2 weeks behind the NBA.
Yeah, so they're like November 4th. The opening.
November?
I believe.
No,
I believe so.
unless they changed it.
They did. Last year they started 2 weeks.
That's all
after.
preseason. Hit the
Yeah,
down
it's all-
arrow, you can see it.
It used
Scroll
to
down,
always
down
be
arrow.
first week in October, but yeah, they must have shifted it around.
Those are all preseason. Hold on. I'm gonna find
They're
it.
still behind because of the COVID. They changed
This should
everything
be
around.
regular.
I'm gonna look up opening.
Opening night. Bruins.
NHL. So the NHL opening night is. Oh my God! It's giving me preseason.
This one says the
There's what?
13th of October. That sounds about right.
Opening night
Bruins-
for no preseason.
Bruins says
No, but that's their first
Guy,
game.
what's up?
October 13th.
says the Bruins' first game is on the 12th.
Yeah, it's
The 12th?
I'm
Okay.
gonna wait till November because they ain't gonna
Regular
wait.
season.
Yeah, regular
that
season. Because
sounds
over here
right.
it says preseason,
Yeah, that
so that's
sounds
how you know.
right.
This one's the regular
We
season.
got
Yeah, that
what?
sounds about right.
So we got 9 days. 9 days and the
Basically.
Bruins are starting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
So that's going to be
Crazy.
ridiculous.
We got a hand.
Everything going on.
Okay, this is the NFL review for show week 4, and I got the sports right here. Miami loses to Cincinnati. The story of the game is Tua going out. The interesting story coming in is how many games will Teddy Bridgewater, a Miami native who played for Miami Northwestern, look it up. Watch the story about the Bulls, the documentary about the Miami Northwestern football team when Teddy Bridgewater was a freshman and led him to the Super Bowl.
So they already announced that Tua's out for next week.
Yes, yeah. He's
So
definitely
he's
gonna be out.
he's out next week already
What happened to
confirmed.
him?
He almost died literally on the field.
I thought,
It was
yeah.
nuts. Yeah, the doctor said that one of the doctors I follow for like fantasy football, and he's like an actual doctor, but he's into sports as well. He said if you get 2 concussions within 4 days, you can die from that. And he had one Sunday. I mean, it looked like he had one Sunday. I don't know how they cleared him. And then literally 4 days later on Thursday, he had that one where he was like tensed up and he couldn't move, and it looked real
Yeah,
scary.
his hands were all like spazzed together. It
So
was-
they're
Yeah.
making the doctor the fall guy, which I guess he's the medically licensed guy that's making that decision. But was there any pressure on this doctor from anybody?
Who knows?
Definitely, come on.
I mean,
there
this
has,
is
there has to
the
be pressure.
same
Nobody knows
ownership.
what goes on in that tent.
They got some serious problems down in Miami with this ownership. We
I was
started
talking
with
about the players union with a big-time lawsuit
well, let's
coming.
start off with the Brian Flores stuff that
Tank
went
for
on
Tua,
last
yeah.
year, too. I mean,
Chewbacca, the Dolphins are turning it around for sure. Seattle beats Detroit 48-45. That score has never been...
Scoragami is what we call it.
Scoragami.
Scoragami is when we get a new score that ended out, and this was Scoragami 40-45. Everyone was pissed because Scoragami was it was 48-37, and then or 48-36 or something like that. And they're like, no, don't score. And then we're like, oh wait, it'll be fine if they score again. But one thing, real quick. The Lions defense and the head coach, I've been saying this, they need to figure out fast, and I think he's a great guy, but might need to get fired.
He's an
soon.
offensive line guy.
Sure, but that defense,
find it
they
difficult.
haven't been able to win close games. This is my thing. Like, sure, you can be all talk and sound great, but when it comes down to it and you have this offense putting up 38 points or 40 points in an NFL game and you can't win.
But I do think they're competing. I think that's the first step. I would like to see the defense coordinator go first, but if you don't win, somebody's going to go, and you can't fire all the players. The Bears into Giants. Giants make a couple of big plays late. They win 20-12. LA Chargers versus Houston Chargers. Hold on, 34-24.
Oh my God.
Dallas 25-10 over Birdie's Commanders. Birdie, you know something? I'm very sorry.
No, because
you have to go through this year after year.
I'm officially throwing my hat and to lose the rest of the games and get a high draft choice.
This is how I was last year, and you're like, no, don't say that. We're 4 games in, and I was like, listen, I'm okay with losing the rest of the games.
The only thing,
I think it's a good idea.
Well, Chase Young's he's supposed to be coming back this week. We'll see. I don't know.
Not going to work because I have my
Ain't gonna
fantasy
make
team.
much
Buffalo versus Baltimore. Jim Osborne smoking some of that crazy shit. And I can't explain why he did what he did, but he did.
So Buffalo's first win in a one-score game in like 11 games, which is huge for them, I think. Like, they actually finally won a close game instead of blowing a team out.
Let's go back to Harbaugh for a second because you got some problems going on. He got into a verbal confrontation with Marcus Peters during on the sideline when that
Marcus
whole
Peters
thing
is a hothead.
I know he is.
He's a hothead.
But then it was all over ESPN this morning about they disagreed with Harbaugh going for that. Not taking the field goal there, so he lost 2 games that cost him a playoff spot by doing this last year.
Minnesota and the Saints, 28-25, a battle of the kickers.
I love that
down
team.
the stretch.
Did you see the ending of that game?
Yes, I did.
Oh my God!
I
that
think the
Minnesota
Brits
team.
loved it because it came down to kicking.
Yeah.
The last 2 days. Right?
Yeah.
Oh, you guys are fucking get into this game, and I realized, oh yeah, it's the.
I think
you know,
Minnesota's
the field goals.
got a sneaky team if they can make the playoffs and actually do a little bit of something.
Well. Last week you were down on Cousins. You didn't want
No,
to
I
hear
was,
about him
but
anymore.
I think that defense played pretty decent, and Justin Jefferson.
not?
Justin Jefferson is just that guy. Like, he is that guy. He can win you games.
That game was actually well played in the second half.
Yeah.
It was a good game. Yeah.
The Jets versus Pitt. My guy Wilson from BYU beats the rookie
Kenny Pickett.
Kenny Pickett
Came
from
in late,
Pittsburgh.
and I think people need to calm down. He had 3 picks, but 2 of them were not his fault, and the last one was a Hail Mary. I mean, whatever. It's a Hail Mary. Who cares? And then the other one, he threw it up to Chase Young. It bobbled, and then it went to him.
These people out there that criticize the kid on his first game, like, do you fucking get it? It is the National fucking Football League, bro. It's not Pittsburgh anymore.
Yeah.
Okay? It's not. It's a whole other dynamic. It takes some time to adjust, and the magic words being for the game to slow down for them.
Yeah.
All right? It takes 2, 3, 4 games for it to slow down, man. Come on.
He rushed 2 touchdowns, by the way, too. So he's showing that he can do stuff with his legs as well. So that's huge.
Is he going to get the start?
Oh, I 100%
Listen,
would think.
yeah,
I think he should.
yeah, they
Trubisky
said-
was awful. If you watch any amount of that game, Trubisky was god awful.
Indiana continues to struggle as they lose to Tennessee 24-17.
It's another team, yeah.
Atlanta squeaks by Cleveland 23-20.
By the way, Atlanta wins the game. Guess how many pass completions they had?
I mean,
7. 7 completions on offense, and they won the game. 7 completions. I do not understand how you can win an NFL game with 7 completions, but hats off to them.
they
But
did.
And when you're
whatever.
running the ball successfully, is
Philadelphia Eagles fly. They beat the upstart Jaguars.
I think
29-21. The Eagles are starting to make some noise. Around the National Football League.
I don't see it yet. I think every year we have that team.
Yeah.
If you go to last year, the Cardinals were 11-0.
Yeah.
They do nothing. We go to the year before, you go to the Steelers, we're 9-0. They do nothing. I'm not saying the Eagles are bad. I think they showed a glimpse in the first quarter that they got sloppy and they were 14 down. And I think if they played a different team other than Jaguars, which I do think is a good team.
The reason why I like the Eagles, they have playmakers on both sides of the ball.
balance.
They do,
yeah.
they do.
balance.
But my point is that I think they were way too sloppy in the first quarter, and I do think the Jaguars are a decent team. But if they played a team even like the Bucs or the Packers or the Chiefs that can capitalize on that, like a playoff caliber team, I just don't know if that game would have been closer. They were up 14-0, and the Jags let them back in. It's just that it needs to clean up before I'm gonna fully jump on the bandwagon.
Denver 23, Raiders 32. Riley?
Melvin Gordon, that's the only I just can't. Melvin Gordon, I told Birdie before it started, and you can even ask him. He was watching the game with me, right on the side of me. Melvin Gordon comes into the game. As soon as Russell Wilson hands the ball off, I know what he's doing. As soon as he hikes it, I can see he's gonna hand the ball off. I say, as soon as he's about to hand off, I said, don't fumble the fucking ball. What does he do? He fumbles the ball at 10-10. Fumble 6. There goes 16-10. 2 minutes left in the second half. Momentum fully gone. Now we're playing catch up for the rest of the game.
That was part of it.
And then Javonte Williams torn ACL. Randy Gregory
but their defense
hurt right there.
did not play well in
Yes,
that
but
game.
the thing is that It's not going to be. It's going to be a downhill battle, uphill battle from here because of Randy Gregory.
Don't count yourself out though. 2-2.
I'm close. I'm close to jumping on the Fire Hackett bandwagon. I'm close.
Your father's already on it.
I'm close.
Your father's on it. Just to let you know, your father is on
I don't
the
like.
Fire
I don't like the play calling that they do, and I do like a little bit because I saw Russ throw a 50-yard bomb to KJ Hamler. I saw him throw a bomb to Judy. Another TD pass to Judy. But the pitches, how many goddamn pitches are you going to run on second down that lose 3 yards when you're going to realize, hey, maybe we shouldn't pitch the ball and get a 3rd and 13 and ask Russ to do his magic?
Tough to pitch the ball unless it's misdirection. NFL athletes
So stupid.
From sideline to sideline much faster. New England versus Green Bay, 24-27. But the story of the day was how well the Pats played in mighty Lambeau Field. Pats could have won this game.
Definitely.
Many people said
a
they
shot.
should have won
shot.
this game. But the side stories that break out, suddenly the most popular name in New England is what? Bailey Zapp.
If you, hey, not for nothing.
Zap you, Bernie.
Right there, that man right there is why I knew about him and why I kind of was like, yo, this kid is not bad. We looked, since, if you know, we play Dynasty Fantasy Football.
Fantasy guru.
And this is all we do is Dynasty. And he told me, look into Bailey Zappi. And I was like, nah, this kid can't be good. He's our third string.
$6,000 in college, right?
Yeah. And if you watch him in college, he's real good. And they didn't let him play fully, but I don't think they lost the game because of him. And he could be decent coming in the next couple of games.
Isn't this good for the Patriots because it keeps their people talking a little bit, right?
Oh, sure, but I just, the only thing I didn't like was Belichick continuously would not take the reins off this kid. I know he was in a close game, but at some point, take a shot, throw the ball, let's see what the kid can do. He didn't do it. He played that conservative route the whole game.
Kid threw for 100 yards.
I know, but it was mostly all short, screen.
Losing Jacoby Myers was
He
huge,
was
though.
10 for 15, according to Ezekiel, with 99 yards and 1 touchdown.
You better turn him loose against the Lions this week because that's the worst defense in the league, and that's who they're playing.
Hey, daily fantasy football, take him. He's probably going to be like 2,000, 3,000 as your quarterback. I would take the long ball. I think the Patriots can put up 25, 30 on that defense. That defense is horrendous.
Where is it
horrendous.
at? Where's the game
I don't
at?
care where
No,
it's
they're
at.
here. They're here.
Okay, in New England,
They're
double down, take
Foxborough.
it. And I might even start him in my league. I don't know. I think he's actually not bad.
Bailey Zapp, baby.
The Lions'
Bailey
defense
Zapp.
is awful.
Bailey, my dude, enjoy every second of it, cause you went from ashy to classy, working class to first class.
So,
enjoy the ride, enjoy the caviar,
the script-
enjoy the suites in the hotels.
The script-
enjoy being QB number 1.
The script
because
might-
it might not happen again.
It was supposed to end with them with a win in Green Bay because it was the exact date that I
Yeah,
saw.
Tom Brady Day.
That's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. So I mean,
I don't
that's
want to
the way it was going to
I
end.
really don't want to put this into the air because I don't want it to happen. But could this be part 2? Could this be part 2 where we see another 9900th
You better
pick
beat the
coming in the
Lions,
draft,
though.
and then he comes around and turns into the guy?
I know.
I've always said I'm not a huge fan of Jones, but this could be the thing that
Him and Matt
motivates
Jones
him.
gonna have to fight in the locker room, though.
Yeah, we could
Because
see.
that happens.
It could be a thing. I don't know.
Next up, KC beats Tampa 41-31. It was the Pat Mahomes show. Now, when are you guys going to start saying, Hurricane, you were right on the money because my man Mahomes, okay, isn't just a quarterback. He's a point guard, Bernie.
Superhuman.
Bernie, he's a point guard.
Well, he
did
did-
he look like a point guard dancing on them sidelines?
He did last night.
Did he look like a point guard dancing on them
No, he
sidelines?
did last
Looking away,
night.
throw the ball this way, throw the ball that way.
The only thing
mean,
I can't understand is how did he play so badly against the Colts the week before, though? I couldn't.
It's a week-to-week
How is that
league, man.
possible?
It's crazy.
This guy's superhuman, though.
I think the
mean,
problem is that
I mean,
he's so great. It's just their outside weapons are just not it. Like, I like Juju, but Miko Hardman, MVS, Sky Moore has been a huge letdown and not it. Travis Kelce's going to be Travis Kelce, but you can't rely on a tight end to be your wide receiver 1 the whole time. But he's unbelievable. I always say it. I think Rodgers is the best in the league, probably, but
Not
Mahomes
anymore.
is
Not
up there.
anymore.
I'll give it up to Mahomes after he wins the MVP because Rodgers is still back-to-back MVP, and I still want to put respect on his name. But I always say when you have the best quarterback in the league in Mahomes, you can win any game.
I want my QB to win in December and January.
Well, he has.
That's what I want.
They both have one ring.
Yeah, I hear.
But he's a lot younger.
All
He's gonna
right,
have a lot
question
more
number 1. Jim Harbaugh. Here's my problem with the analytics when you pick and choose.
John Harbaugh.
John Harbaugh.
Yeah.
You bust your ass, you play your balls off. It's a game time decision. You throw all of that to the wind under some stupid concubine theory that doesn't take into consideration weather, exhaustion, how physical the game was, all the intangibles. Until they can put a math equation of intangibles to wrap around the analytics, I'm not going to live and die by it by any stretch of the imagination. I think Coach Harbaugh cost his team the game that night, and everybody I watched on ESPN said the same thing today. Somebody tell me I'm wrong.
I just think that defense needs massive work. I feel bad for Lamar. I have him as my MVP front runner. Last week was a little. I think he moved back probably one spot. I still think he could win the MVP. It's just that defense is. He's gonna have to overcome so much shit to win anything. It's just they can't hold a lead. How many times is it gonna happen twice? And some of it has to go on him. Like it just has to. And I don't fire him just because of what he's done for that team before and winning a Super Bowl and still probably one of the better coaches in the league. It's just something has to be talked about with how it's being managed.
See, the reason why it really blew up in his face was his mindset was, okay, if we don't make the completion here, they're getting the ball on the 2-yard line, I believe is where it was snapped from.
And they go 4 yards down, all the way down, taking 4 downs.
What happened on the play was, though, he throws it, looked like he's getting sacked, he's backpedaling, he's got nowhere to go.
So
instead of the 2-yard line now, because of your decision,
See, I'm okay with the call at the 2-yard line, but you have to tell Lamar, and this is on him, and I'm a huge Lamar fan, but you have to tell Lamar, hey, don't, and I kind of understand the throw, just because it's 4th down, might as well chuck it up, give a play, but you got to tell him, hey, if you're going to throw it away, put as much power as you can. Throw it into the stand. Because in the back of the end zone, I believe there's no intentional grounding if you go into the back. So there was a receiver there.
I like rolling him out so people have to at least honor him moving sideline to sideline with the ball. Patrick Mahomes, wow. Is there a better athlete to watch? I'm not saying asking if he's the best. I'm not asking if he's going to win Super Bowls. I'm not asking if he's better than Aaron Rodgers or better than Tom Brady. But is he the most enjoyable professional athlete to watch right now?
In the NFL, he is, as far as all sports.
I'd rather watch him over Aaron Judge. I'd rather watch him over
I think Lamar's there with him, though. When that game that Lamar had against the Dolphins, and even against the Patriots when he ran 100 yards, throwing 3 touchdowns, of course, Mahomes makes it look great, but Lamar does too. Lamar makes people makes guys fall, 75-yard touchdowns.
No, running with the ball. I just think Harbaugh
No, I know what you mean. He has
a little bit more in his bag from a passing component.
That play he made last night.
Mahomes, that was unbelievable.
The only thing that I can remember watching was, you remember one Monday night game years ago, Randall Cunningham.
But that was more impressive because Mahomes put the brakes on 3 times.
And here's the thing about that play with Mahomes last night. That Devin White is an all-world
one of the best linebackers
players in the league.
Yeah.
He made him look foolish on that play. It was crazy. He's magical. The stuff he does is stuff that nobody's seen before.
I hate
So am I crazy for saying he's the most entertaining person to watch in sports today?
No, you're not crazy.
No.
Thank you. No. All right. Question number 3. Cowboys
pull the brakes.
Are crazy if they start Dak Prescott if this kid goes undefeated until he comes back. Period. The rest.
No.
Do not take the drop from him.
It's not going to happen.
It is. They say that's going to happen.
A huge mistake.
I agree. The teams that they faced,
Bingo.
The Commanders are just.
Atrocious.
I even bet on the Commanders. I thought it was going to be a lot closer than it was, but I just don't think they're that it. They caught hot in the first 2 games, but they cannot stop a nosebleed on the offensive line. The Giants, another one. Sure, they were 2-0 at that time, but. Talking about the Giants, they almost lost to the Bears, who are one of the worst teams in the league. And then the Bengals, I will give him the Bengals win. The Bengals win is impressive because I do like the Bengals.
So you're bringing Dak back?
Of course, and I think just because of a 4-game sample to me, a 4-game sample is not enough compared to a 4-season.
They want to leave Cooper Rush in there, and he wants to prove to me that he's the starting quarterback. They're playing in L.A. this week. If he goes in there and he beats L.A., then I'll say, okay, maybe. But until then,
this is the game right here for me. The Rams game is.
You fucking guys are crazy, dude.
He's going into L.A. to play the Rams, Mike. This isn't the Redskins or the Giants or the
Bengals. But the Bengals one, I will give him. That was a really good win. It's just That is a good win. It's just in Dallas, but still, that one I will give him. That I give credit for.
You don't think his teammates have rallied around him, rallied around the cause, all of it?
They're not going to. They may have. I'm not disagreeing
with
that.
What's that going to give you? I mean, what's he going to do?
$40 million on the bench.
I don't give a fuck what we're not talking about. We're not talking about the pay, bro. We're talking about the performance.
This is why owners. Well, Jerry Jones is going to make the final decision on this. And
what do you do,
so weird.
Ezekiel?
I don't see it.
You bet Zach?
Don't see it.
Bring him back.
Bring him
Where's
back.
Eugene? Can we get Eugene for a second?
He has Dak on his fantasy team, so he's going to say Dak. I promise you. $10 right now. $10 right now. That's exactly what he's going to say. Watch. Who would you start?
Let's forget the $10. Let's forget that you have Dak on your fantasy team. Do you bring him back right now?
No.
Thank you.
So you're gonna
Thank
start.
you.
You're gonna
Thank
start.
you.
You're going to start
rushing.
Cooper Rush
Thank
over
you.
him.
I am. Yeah, absolutely.
In LA against the Rams next week?
Absolutely. I'm going to. Not even fucking blinking an eye.
How many quarterbacks in Cowboys history have
None.
started off 4-0?
None.
None.
No.
Except
None.
Cooper Rush.
Listen,
Other than the
No,
Bengals.
3-0.
Other than the Bengals. No, he's 4. He's 4.
Ezekiel, you're going to hear me use
That-
this
that-
word a
oh,
lot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because he won the game
It's a
last
word.
year. No, you're
It's a
right.
word called inertia. An object in motion will stay in motion until interrupted.
Yep.
Don't fuck with it. It ain't. Well, ride it out. Now, if the kid loses 2-3 games in a row, then you bring Dak back.
Aaron Donald, welcome to the NFL next
Oh,
week. Cooper Rush.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. He hasn't faced something like that.
4. Pats look good.
But they're in last.
Hoyer gets put out. But listen, if you're sitting on this young kid, Bailey Zapp, why do you let Hoyer go? Why do you let Hoyer start the game?
That's why I was confused too, because I knew not the hype, but like us, like me and my cousins talking about him. I knew how like decent he was. Like he was great in college, but I don't know about NFL. I know how decent he was. I thought he should have started. Like there's no, in my opinion, no need for Hoyer just because you know what you're getting. Just
He's your
if
emergency
you're
backup,
if you're
period.
going for a win, just go with the most upside. And I think Zappy has more upside just because you don't know what you see with him yet,
I
where you
agree,
know
I
with
agree.
Hoyer. And I think he should start from here on out, Zappy, until Mac gets back. Unless Zappy
Hoyer
looks
has
unbelievable.
served us well, but can Hoyer win an NFL football game today?
You know, he was 0-11 going in, so
He's never won a game in his whole career.
no, he's 0-11. I think we
Well,
discussed that last week.
imagine taking that back.
See, here's the key with this Zappy this week. If Belichick's got to turn
Then
him,
a hot quarterback trying to get laid on some hey,
What's your record?
What's your record? 0-11.
No.
Do I still look cool to you?
No. I don't know. I don't know what his salary is, but as
I'll go
far
0-11
as
for his
Zappy
salary.
goes this week, though, if Belichick does not turn him loose against the worst defense in the league this week and let his arm fly, then
Now,
Belichick.
the Red Sox, I mean, the Patriots running game is good.
I know,
It
I
is good,
understand
but
that. But
I
let this kid
I
gain some
understand what Birdie's
confidence.
saying.
Let him throw
Yeah,
the ball and
let him,
gain some confidence.
against one of the worst defenses in the league. You got to let him throw a little bit. I agree
wanna
with you.
move forward.
The run game is the way to win the game. But if you get ahead, why not let him throw it to see if he's actually good?
Why not let him get the practice reps that Hoyer's been getting for the first 5
Well,
games?
he will, because
why, but
Hoyer's-
why are we wasting reps on Hoyer?
Not for nothing. Hoyer could still play, I believe. I think it was a concussion, right? Did
Yeah,
Hoyer
he's
have?
in pro- yeah, he's
So,
in protocol.
but if he
I don't think
passes
they're gonna-
that, because it's a long week, it's Sunday to Sunday, so he's got a full week. If he passes that by Friday, Belichick
Hey,
could be stubborn and be like, you know what, I'm
Guys
starting
on
him.
a team like that kid too, man.
And I think the fans, after
Hey.
what they saw, are going to be calling for him this week. So.
I don't want to talk crazy or stupid, right? But like my man Riley said, I saw a slivering light
It could.
on Tom Brady Day
I really hope it's
of
not.
a potential Tom Brady. Late round draft pick, ignored, had some big wins and big performances in college.
Emergency out of nowhere comes
out
out
of nowhere,
Yeah.
comes in.
Trivia
knows?
question for the night. Cause
Hold on.
We don't.
Trouble in Denver.
Yes, sir.
I'll let you pass on your birthday. You want to pass?
No, it's okay. I agree. I just think I do. Again, I keep saying it. It's so early, and I do agree with that. But I do think that I understand. I really do understand where it's coming from. But again, people need to understand they're this far away against the Seahawks to winning that game. And I'm playing the if game. But if Melvin Gordon doesn't fumble, you never know what happens because they were looking like they were going to score a field goal at least, and now they're 13-10 up, going into half, getting the ball in the second half. That game, whatever. I'll give them the loss against the Raiders because they lost by 9 points, whatever. I still believe they win the game without Melvin Gordon, but give them the loss. They were this far away from the Seahawks going in. Say that goes in. They're 3-1 now. 3-1 with the loss against a division opponent. That's not a bad record. Now we're looking at 2-2 with the bad loss against the Seahawks. But the great thing that I saw yesterday, the amazing thing was Russ was unbelievable. Russ is exactly what I thought he was going
And
to
let me
be.
tell you something.
250 million.
If he plays
loved
that
it.
well, then
I
he'll
do
win
believe
enough
they will
games
be
to get
fine.
playoffs.
I do believe they will be
Are
fine.
they in London this week?
Are
No,
you
couple more
sold,
weeks.
coach taking to me again? Are you sold on the coach?
No, I'm not. But this is the thing. I'm okay with giving him time. But I said this last week. If they go 5-5 and 5-6,
Well, hold on, but you know what time is, right? Time in National Football is a year.
it is. But And you know what? I will give him the whole year just because of the injuries that they've had. No Tim Patrick, which is nobody talked about it, but that's massive to lose that receiver. I know he's their third receiver, but he was huge to how they were running that offense. Losing their RB1, losing one of their top offensive linemen as well. They're the most injury-riddled team in the NFL. So I will give him the full year actually. But after this year, if he does not look good or towards the middle of the year and it looks like dog shit still, and his play calling, he has to go. Just because they were, I don't know if anybody, I will argue with this, but they were a Super Bowl contending team coming into the year. They were a top 7 in odds to win the Super Bowl this year. That is a Super Bowl contending team. Now they're 2-2, should be 3-1.
Somebody else, everybody else is 2-2 in the conference. You're not out of it.
Okay, but if they beat, but my point is, if they beat the Seahawks, they're 3-1, tied with the Chiefs at first in the division. But now you're 1 game behind the Chiefs, and you're 1 game behind the Chiefs. You're tied with
the now. You're gonna say settle for the last 6 games of the season.
But again, I'm kind of no, I don't want to be over this year because I was so hyped coming this year. It's just the amount of injuries that they've had. It's gonna be unbelievable to turn around.
You're gonna go as your quarterback goes. It's a quarterback-driven league. We saw it last night.
I agree, but the thing is that losing Javonte Williams is gonna hurt so much more than anybody realizes because they set the offense up with him.
Cook.
And I agree, let Russ cook. But now you have no running back because I do not trust Melvin, and nobody does in Denver. You have no running back at all. You cannot set the offense up. Everybody knows what's gonna come. You lose. You're arguably your third best player on defense. Your best player on defense has been out for the last 3 weeks. Hopefully he comes back. It's looking like a little bit of shake, but I'm not giving up hope.
You always got the trade deadline. You
yes,
never know
I
what's
agree.
Thursday,
we will
Are
see.
the Eagles the best team in the NFL? Fly, Eagles, fly. Fly. No, you're not feeling chilly. You're not feeling Rocky Balboa, the home of the underdog, the home of the fucking Philly cheesesteaks.
Of course I
which
am.
Sucks.
I picked them for the Super Bowl.
That's what I think of the Philly cheesesteak.
They are still the second best team in the NFL.
Jersey Lakes.
Second best?
Second best because the Buffalo Bills, even with injuries, to me, are still the best team in the league. You saw what the Bills did yesterday, and the Bills have taken on some brutal injuries this year.
What time is it? Brittany, do we have
7:30.
your true question? 'Cause
Trivia
in case you don't know, there's a party going on right here. A celebration.
It's usually on Thursdays when Jimmy's here. But you mentioned something that came to my head, and I don't have the answer to it, so I don't know if I can give the trivia question.
Throw it. Maybe I can.
So, if Tom Brady was the third-string quarterback to Drew Bledsoe the day that Mo Lewis...
He was the second.
Who was
the second.
Oh, was he?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so he wasn't the third.
It was a little bit different, but it's still kind of the same thing with Bailey Zappi where, like, the guy never expected to play, and now he came in the same exact day that Brady started his first game. Oh, played his first game. So it's like... It's a little bit of different, but it looks real similar.
When I'm evaluating quarterbacks, and I have 100 snaps to give away, and I know my top guys are going to get 80 of them, right? I love Bailey Zapp getting a rest because realistically, he's a guy that might be able to stay in the game. Where I think that's past all year. I don't think Hoyer can win an NFL football game.
You know what he is.
Anymore.
You know what you're getting.
It's Bailey Zapp.
That's the name. Could be the new name. Everybody's.
A lot of people play the game to get to where you're at right now, man. Good luck, my brother. You have an unbelievable opportunity waiting.
Have we changed any of the predictions on who the first coach to be fired is going to be week to week?
I still think it's going to be what's his name, Frank Reich.
There's a guy in Carolina that might be going quick the way that team looks. I'll tell you now.
The Colts need a turnaround soon. Talk about if I was a Colts fan, I'd be crying right now.
How bad is Baker Mayfield right now? How bad
he's
does
bad.
he look?
But how bad is Matt Ryan? You trade.
But Matt Ryan had some big years in the
But he
NFL.
did, but he's 37. I never understood that move I never understood the hype with them and they still have time to turn around, but they trade for a 37-year-old quarterback who didn't look great last year, gave up on Carson Wentz, who I understand.
They thought they were QB away.
But this is my point is that I think Carson Wentz, and I truly believe this, Carson Wentz is a better player than Matt Ryan is right now. I think Carson Wentz gives you a better chance to win just because Matt Ryan did nothing last year. He's doing nothing right now. Carson Wentz showed flashes against Washington. He showed flashes with Washington the first couple of games. He was leading the league in touchdowns. I just don't see it in Matt Ryan. He's no mobility at all. He's probably the slowest player in the NFL. Sure. I would bet on that. He cannot get out of a sack to save his life. He can barely throw the ball down the field. I just don't see anything or any reason why to bring him in. His reads aren't been great.
Cooled off in Indianapolis. We got a birthday cake. Right? We got a birthday cake. We got Mozzilis. We got chips and soda and dip. And it's a party going on. If you know my man Riley, 453 Stafford Road, come down. Check it out. We got some Monday Night Football. We got the Aruda clan back there. God knows what's going to happen. Love, Peace. Happy birthday, my man,
Peace.
my brother from
Thank
a little
you.
mother.
Happy
We'll see
birthday,
ya.
Riley.
Peace.
Thanks.
Bad Cat Sports.
Riley.
Thank you.
Love for Riley.